Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Saturday and I am currently reading Clockwork Princess by Cassie Clare, and I'm obsessed. Loving this series, so thanks Katie is reading for the rec because I'm loving it. I have found that I really enjoy Cassie Clare's books, so don't get me wrong. City of Bones, questionable, but after googling a little spoiler for myself made me feel okay to continue reading it. And then, plot twist happened, ended up loving the City of Glass. I think was like the last series in that trilogy, like the first half of the trilogy. Loved it. I think I gave it like a 4 or 4.5 or something. So after I finish this book, which is the third book, I am excited because the next set of 3 books it's the Mortal Instruments. So I think it still follows Clary and like Jace and Simon and like all those people. And so I'm excited because that'll be another little series I could pick up. And then after that, I'm going to read the Dark Artifices. Don't know. Don't quote me. By her. And then after that, I get to read The Last Hours, which I'm stoked about because I'm pretty sure The Last Hours is like kids from characters from this book. So, and then like they make appearances. So I genuinely just want to like read this and then start reading The Last Hours. But I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'll miss things. I'm just kind of going based off some random reading order. So I don't know. We'll see how I feel after this book, because maybe I'll just want to jump right into those 3 books. I love her writing style. It's so easy to understand. There's not like a whole lot of like world building because it's like I think it's considered urban fantasy, where like it's taking place in like our world, just with like magical elements and like demons and things like that. So I think that that's why I like it so much, is because there's not like all of this like crazy world building. But either way, I'm obsessed. Her writing is just genuinely so easy to understand. I think they're all YA, so that makes sense. But anyways, so I loved Clockwork Prince, which was the second book. I gave that book a 4 stars. And then I didn't really love Clockwork Angel. I gave that a 3 star, but it was still really good. I just wasn't the biggest fan of it, just because I feel like you were just being introduced to everybody and like learning characters, learning names, learning the world itself, learning the background and all that. I mean, it was still really good because I just love the characters. And I think if I were to like ever do a reread of the series, I would appreciate the first book even more, and I would probably rate it a little higher because I'm already invested in the characters. But on an initial read, 3 stars, and then 4.5 I think I gave Clockwork Prince. And then this book is looking to definitely be like a 4 to a 5. So very excited about that. This book is like 570 pages. I'm on page 200. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done this weekend, reading wise, just because I am kind of crazy busy. What else is new? My husband is working tomorrow morning, so I will probably have a couple of hours like in the morning to read. So that will probably be a majority of my reading time. And like at night, usually I read like a lot, because he goes to bed way earlier than I do. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm going to see, Into the Spider-Verse, the second book, look at me, second movie with my dad and my stepmom. And then we're going to go to, lunch first. So I'm excited. I love those like Spider-Man movies. I love Marvel. I like all those like DC, come at me. Or don't come at me. Honestly, come at me. I don't like DC movies, if I'm being honest with you. I think they're kind of lame and not as funny. I've said it. And I can't go back now. So anyways, I am very excited. I don't really know what the rest of my reading plans are going to be after I finish this book. Like I said, I kind of just want to pick up the Last Hours trilogy, but we'll see if I like want to pick up like a rom-com in between, or if I should jump into the next 3 books in the Mortal Instruments or what have you. So yeah, I will touch base with you guys later, and I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Hey guys, so I wanted to film a quick update. So I went to go see the Spider-Man movie last night. Absolutely loved it. If you guys like those types of movies, definitely check it out. It was just so good. It was funny. It had so many feels. I cried. I mean, I cried everything, but it was still really good. We had such a great time. So I definitely recommend the movie. And then what else did I do? Oh, we went to that thing at my town. It was kind of lame, but that's okay. So we just kind of walked around. They had some food trucks, and they had like a DJ, and it was a good time. Me and my husband just kind of wandered about, and then we went to get ice cream. So can't complain about that. And then we got back. I watched just a bunch of YouTube. I have literally been watching Rachel Catherine's videos every free second I have, which has just been a lot of fun. And then around like 9:15, the fireworks were starting at my town, and so I went outside to see if I could see them. I could not. There were two giant trees blocking my view, which is fine. One of the trees is mine, so what are you gonna do? And then my cats were absolutely terrified. They were like running around the house like crazy, and their tails were like freaking puffed up like crazy. And so I was just trying to like keep them calm and like try to drown out the noise with like videos and stuff. Eventually they calmed down and they were okay, but it was stressful 45 minutes for them. And then I read. So I pretty much read from, I want to say like, I don't know, like 9:30 maybe till 12:30. So I read for like 3 hours. I read Clockwork Princess, and I made it about halfway through. So I'm on page 284, which is chapter 13. So I'm going to have a little spoiler section. So if you don't want spoilers for Clockwork Princess, I'll put the timestamp somewhere on the screen for you to skip to. But I need to talk about this. So if you have read this series, you know that there are pretty much three like main characters. There's Tessa Gray, Will Herondale, and James Carstairs. So in the beginning, Will and Tessa have like a few moments, but like because Will has this curse on him where like anyone he loves will like die, he is like instantly mean to her afterwards and like makes her think that she's like useless. So like she completely like closed off her heart to him, which is like obviously understandable. But Jem has always been, I mean, Jem is just a sweetheart. He's always been nice to her. And eventually, they had like a moment and like they started to like really like each other and, fall in love. And Jem one night comes in and asks Tessa if she will marry him. And she says yes, even though like all of this I feel like is not going on like a long period of time. But anyways, so that same night, Will finds out that his curse was like never even a thing. The person that died, that he thought died because of the curse, died because of something else. And so he was keeping Tessa at arm's length for no reason. So he goes and he pulls Tessa aside and like literally confesses his love for her. And keep in mind, Will and Jem are like literally best friends. They're called Parabatai, which means they're like bound by like the Shadowhunter runes. And they are literally like inseparable. They're like just best friends to the end. And like they will literally do anything for each other. But neither of the other one know that the other one has feelings, which is like weird. Like, talk about your feelings, people. So anyways, so he confesses his love for her, and Tessa's like, me and Jem literally just got engaged like an hour ago. So sorry, not sorry. Even though like she full on like loves Will, she tells him that she does not have feelings for him and that she 100% loves Jem, which she does love Jem. And like this is one of those instances where I feel like it's kind of a love triangle done right, because I feel like there wasn't any like boundaries crossed. Like Will is upset, but he's like, okay, like that's fine. Like I'm not gonna cross any boundaries. And like Tessa never does that. Like they just completely shut off their feelings for each other, and they like know, like Tessa's with Jem, and that's that. And like that's the end of it. But like they still have feelings for each other, and Will still like cares like crazy about Tessa. So like he's always protecting her and doing these sweet things, and like they just have these moments. So anyways, so that's kind of the background on that. So the part that I just got is Jem has this illness that he's dealing with throughout the entire series, and he gets into like one of his fits, and like he's like worse for the wear, and his medicine that they have is like gone, and Tessa just got kidnapped. So Jem is like laying down in his bed, and Will like really obviously wants to go find Tessa, but he can't leave his parabatai, like because if Jem dies or if Jem wakes up like and sees that Will's not there, it's like what, like you're supposed to be with these people like every like moment like that. But then in his head he's like, okay, well Jem would like want me to go after Tessa, like obviously like he is in love with her, like it's his fiance, like he would want me to go after her. So Will calls upon Magnus Bane, who is like this warlock that he's actually like pretty close with, and that was the one that helped him with the curse. And they're in Jem's room, and Jem is like completely like they think he's unconscious, and he's just laying there still, whatever. And Magnus knows that Will is in love with Tessa, and Magnus says to Will, like in Jem's room, like, well, does Jem know that like you love Tessa? And Will's like, no. And so then they come to this agreement that like Magnus will stay with Jem and like let him know if he wakes up like what happened, and Will's gonna go and try and get Tessa back. So Magnus is like, I'll give you guys a minute alone. So then Magnus leaves, and then Will is like saying his goodbye to Jem because he doesn't know if he's gonna be dead by the time he gets back. So he's like going through all this stuff, and then all of a sudden Jem like grabs Will's hand and is like, I'm not dead. And what did Magnus mean by, does Jem know that you're in love with Tessa? And like that was the end of a chapter, and I literally was like, what? I was like, friggin' A, man. I was like, that, wow. So then I'm like reading the next chapter, and you literally, oh my god. Jem is like, I never knew that like you had these feelings for her, because if I would have known, like I never would have proposed to her. I would have ended the engagement, like. And then Will was like, why? So like we could all be miserable, because Will doesn't know that Tessa also loves him, because Tessa like shut those feelings down, like not shut them down, but like she just kept them to herself because she is with Jem and like she loves Jem too. And so she never wanted to hurt either of them. So she was just like, she never told Will that like she had feelings for him. And so in Will's eyes, like Jem not getting engaged to Tessa literally doesn't matter, because all it would do is hurt Tessa and hurt Jem, and like no one would get anything good out of it. And so whatever, so we're going through this thing, and like my whole point of this ramble is that like these characters are amazing. Like just the fact that like Will and Jem, they both love the same girl. And in the end, Jem is like, okay, like, honestly, I love that you love her, because I now know that you will do anything to protect her just like I would. And it's like, wow. I don't know if that's like just a guy being stupid, or a guy sincerely trusting his like parabatai, his best friend, that like he knows that Tessa and Will would never cross that line, and he like sincerely trusts them no matter how Will feels. And I just think that seriously speaks volumes, A, to Will's character, and B, to Jem and Will's relationship. Like, it's just crazy. I have not read really a book where like the friendship was like that, where they were just so close and so trusting of each other, and so like, not that he doesn't care that Will is in love with Tessa, but that he sees it as a positive and not a negative, because he knows that Will would like never do anything to like intentionally hurt Jem, and like never intentionally cross that line, and like never do anything to put Tessa at risk. And I think that, it's just so amazing to see a friendship like that. And as Jem is as Will is leaving, because he's like, please like go find Tessa, like please go, like I'll be fine. And as he's leaving, you know, Jem says to Will, he's like, listen, he gives Tessa and Will his blessing. Like, if he's dead by the time they get back. Like, I'm really hoping he's not dead because I love Jem so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Will too, but like, I haven't cried about it yet because I'm like praying that it's like not legit, like he's not gonna be dead when they come back. And so I just think that it was, I don't know, it was just a really interesting moment, like, to hear about between the two of them. Like, I don't know, it was just really, really good. And I was like utterly obsessed, and I was like just in my feels about it because I just thought that that was like really great. Like, I just love their friendship together. And it just made me happy that like that Will just wants Jem to be happy, like sincerely, utterly, and the most. Like, the fact that he was like literally just gonna be like, all right, like, I never mentioned his feelings about Tessa. Like, some people would try to like sabotage it, you know, even if they're friends, they would be like, okay, well, I love her, so I'm gonna do everything I can. Like, even, you know, Will's trying so hard to find a cure for Jem's disease, or to find, you know, the medication that he needs, and he's like going all these lengths to find it, where he could literally just like let Jem die and like not even look, and eventually like Tessa and him could be together. And it's like, no, like, that's disgusting. Like, that's not something that like is honorable to do or right to do, like, because Will loves Jem and Will loves Tessa, and Will does not want Tessa to be upset. And obviously with if Jem dies, then Tessa would be completely heartbroken, and so would Will. It's like, so it's just, I don't know, I absolutely loved it. Okay, so now back to no spoilers. Please read this trilogy. The Infernal Device, the three main characters in this are just phenomenal. I have never read a book where I like think I loved the three main characters as much, like the found family aspect, as much as I do in this. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love like ACOTAR, and like pretty much all the books that I read are found family, but there's just something about the bond that like Will, Jem, and Tessa have that is like unmatched to me. And I am so sad that I'm like literally halfway through this book, because then it's gonna be over. And I must say, all the other couples in this book I'm obsessed with. Like, people are like, oh, well, you know, there's always like other couples, like, if you're not obsessed with. I'm literally obsessed with every single couple in this book. I'm just gonna have to roll that out there. I don't think that there's like one couple that I don't like. Like, and I can see like another couple happening, and I'm like obsessed, and I'm so freaking excited. Guys, that's the update for now. 50% through. Gonna hopefully finish it today. Although I really just want to take my time with it because it's so good. Also, my dad bought me the new Kindle. This is obviously not it. But it should be coming in tonight. I think it's getting delivered to his house, but he lives like literally 5 minutes down the road. So, when that comes in, I'm gonna go pick that up. And then it was the brand new agave green one. You guys, it is so beautiful. And then I also ordered a new case and a new pop socket, so those are coming in tomorrow. And that's honestly all I can ask for. It'd be better if my husband was here, but that guy is just working all the time. So yeah, I will touch base with you guys later. Hey guys, so I went and I picked up my brand new Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition in agave green from my dad's house, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to open this bad boy up. So let's take a peek. Oh, you guys are getting look before me. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, and like the reading screen is bigger, the display. So big shout out to my dad. I much appreciate you. I am so excited. I had my other Kindle for a while. I think I got it in 2020, so I've had it for like 3 years. Absolutely loved it. There was nothing wrong with it. I actually gave it to my stepmom so she could try it and see if she likes it. So, all right. This one's a little bit bigger, and I actually really like it. I like the size a lot. I cannot wait to read my book on this. I'm excited, and I wanted to say thank you to my dad because I really appreciate it. And yeah, so I will touch base with you guys later. I'm gonna continue reading Clockwork Princess as soon as I get it up on this bad boy. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick update. So I got my case and my pop socket in for my new Kindle. So I just want to do a quick peek. Just look at how beautiful this is, you guys. First of all, my pop socket, amazing. Go away, I'm reading. That's like literally my thing. And then I found this sticker in my purse. I actually got it when we went to and it's this cute little like used bookstore, and the woman that owns it, she gives away like little stickers with every purchase, and this is just like the cutest thing. I'm obsessed. And then obviously there's my Dobby sticker, my Don't Be an Alpha Hole sticker from Crescent City. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Choked on a bug. Still kind of choking. So anyways, so this is like a Harry Potter sticker. It's Hedwig with his cage, and then like the suitcases, and then obviously my Bat Boys with Reese, Cass, and Az, and wow. And then Blue Means You from Zodiac Academy. So these are all my stickers I have so far, and I think it looks so good with the case and the menu pop socket. I am obsessed. So just absolutely beautiful. So that's the Kindle update. Reading update. Okay guys, so reading update. Clockwork Princess. Obsessed with it. I am on page 463, chapter 22. Words cannot describe how amazing this book is, and also words cannot describe how obsessed with this Kindle I am. Like, I'm obsessed with like the bigger display. Anyways, I could go on about it. So yes, so I'm loving this. I think I have like 100, less than 150 pages. I think I'm actually close to like just about 100 pages. So I'll be finishing this up probably tonight. And then the other book I'm going to be picking up, I just grabbed from the library, is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This is, Katie is reading her Patreon book club book pick for the month. And so I'm going to be picking this up. I honestly have no idea what it's about. And I'll read like the top little part. Difficult to find a husband in fancy England when you're a young lady with only half a soul. She was cursed by a fairy. That's kind of as much as I'm gonna read. It's exciting. Whimsical but never frivolous. Sweet but not sugary. Kind of obsessed with that. So anyways, you guys, this was kind of a chaotic clip. I don't know if you guys could feel it, but I felt it. And I'm still reeling. Anyways, I'm gonna be picking this book up probably maybe while I'm reading that. I'm not really sure. I'm really excited to start it, but we'll see. So I will touch base with you guys later, and I'll give you an update probably when I'm like nearing the end of Clockwork Princess, and then when I start this book. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, so I wanted to film a quick update, so figure give a quick update on Clockwork Princess first. So I am up to page 496, chapter 23. I have about 75 pages left, so I did not finish this yesterday because I actually ended up picking up Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, and I am thoroughly impressed by this book. I didn't really know much about it. I didn't know what to expect going in, because I honestly haven't heard that much about it. Katie from Katie is Reading has talked about it, and then she picked it for like her book club for the month for her Patreon. But I literally have like heard nothing. But I'm on page 78, which is chapter 6, and I am living for Dora. She's the main character, and as the title ensues, she only has half a soul. So her like directness and bluntness is honestly hilarious, and I'm obsessed with it. And the love interest that, well, I don't even know, I guess if I'm assuming he's the love interest, but his name is Elias, and he also goes by Lord Sorcier. And so he is also just has like no manners, blunt, doesn't care about anything. And so the two of them together, when they banter back and forth, it is just freaking hilarious, and I'm like obsessed. So I am living for every scene that they're in together. It is just by far amazing. And even Elias's best friend Albert is so great, and I love Dora's cousin Vanessa. So I'm like loving the characters that we have so far and that we're building around. And I think this is a 3-book series: Half a Soul, 10,000 Stitches, and Long Shadow. So we'll see. I mean, I'm really liking it so far. I've been like wanting to pick it up all the time. Like even last night in bed, I was reading it for a little while. And then even today when I got home from work, this was the book that like I really wanted to pick up. Even though I am loving Clockwork Princess, I think it's just I don't want it to end. And that was another reason why I kind of wanted to start this, because I already know that that book is going to give me like the biggest book hangover ever. So I kind of wanted to be like in the midst of another book. That way I would have something to read, and I'm loving this. So it's like perfect. And it's so funny because the vibes of this book honestly kind of fit the vibes of Clockwork Princess, because this is also set in like old, like the Regency times with balls and gowns, and where people call each other by Miss and Mister, and that's exactly what, you know, the whole Infernal Devices series is like based in like 1800s London, I think. And so this is giving me like those same vibes. With like, and there's like just so many like really cool magical elements where it's more like not necessarily like deep fantasy. It's more like you're in real world, like more like urban fantasy, like in the real world, but there's like mystical elements. Because that's kind of exactly what this is. And it's really cool, and I really like reading about it. And before the Infernal Devices, besides the Veronica Speedwell 2 books that I read, I honestly haven't really read anything that was set in like the Regency time period, and I'm kind of digging it. Can't wait to see where this goes. And then Clockwork Princess, of course, I'm obsessed with it. Tomorrow I am going to another Yard Goats game with my dad and my stepmom. Unfortunately, my husband's not going to be going because he has to work. But I'm excited to go. I'll show you guys some clips. It's video game night, which I'm so excited about. And that's why I'm so sad my husband can't go, because he literally is a video gamer, loves video games. So it's a big bummer. But I will show you guys some clips, take you around with me, and then hopefully I'll get some time to read when I come home. And yeah, I'll touch base with you guys at some point within the next couple of days. Hey guys, so I just wanted to film a quick update because I did end up finishing Clockwork Princess last night. I gave it a 4. I'm still kind of ruminating on it, so I'm going between like a 4, 4.5. I definitely enjoyed it. I loved how the book wrapped up. I thought that it was honestly kind of like the perfect ending, and it made me really happy. And I feel like there wasn't like this, because you know how sometimes they're series are like these big like emotional like things where they're like ripping your heart out. It's like I just felt like this had like a really perfect ending, and so it just made me happy, and I absolutely adored it. So this book as a whole, 4 to 4.5, really, really good. Series as a whole, I would say probably a 4-star series for me. I liked Clockwork Angel. It was okay. I really liked Clockwork Prince. I think Clockwork Prince might have been my favorite out of the 3. And then Clockwork Princess was pretty good. Like I said, I overall really enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed the characters. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened in this book that like just made me happy. So definitely enjoyed this as well. Very, very excited to continue on in the Shadowhunter universe. I think next I'm supposed to read the next 3 books in the Mortal Instruments series. But I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to just jump right into the last hours. So we shall see about that, but really great. So that's the update with that. And then I also read another couple chapters of Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I'm on chapter, excuse me, I am on chapter 8. And I am still thoroughly enjoying this book. I just love the characters in this, and just the connection that they all have together. Just their like how fun, like honestly, it's just the humor and the banter has me right now. And the plot line is also like pretty interesting, and I just really like the little magical elements in here. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this as well. That's the update for now. I'm going to the baseball game tonight, like I told you guys earlier. So I don't really know how much reading I'm going to get done tonight. So I'm hoping I can read a little bit today before work. But yeah, so that's the update for now, guys. Hey guys, so just a quick update. So I actually started another book. I picked up By a Thread by Lucy Score on Kindle Unlimited. I am about 50 pages in. I'm enjoying it. I have a long way to go. I don't think it's like almost 600 page book, which for like a romance is like kind of crazy, but I like the banter so far between the 2 characters. The premise of this story that I've gathered is that the son of a magazine executive gets this waitress fired because they are going back and forth with each other while she's at her job, and his mom is there, sees the whole thing, and like pretty much knows that her son is like a pretentious butt face sometimes, and that what the waitress Allie was doing to him was kind of well deserved. So she ends up, the waitress gets fired because of him, and so she ends up, you know, walking out of the restaurant, and the mom, Delisandra, follows her out there and actually gives her a full-time job. So she shows up to the job on Monday, and then, you know, he walks in on their meeting because he also works at the company, and he's like, oh, I don't think so. And that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm liking the premise of it so far. I really love workplace enemies to lovers, like Grumpy Sunshine. Beautiful Bastards is what it's called, by Christina Lauren, was the same like premise, and I absolutely, that whole series is amazing. But I thoroughly enjoyed that whole storyline. Kind of feels like you can already tell that they like each other, which to me doesn't really feel like enemies to lovers. It just kind of feels like with rom-coms, it's like hard to have an enemies to lovers, like after reading actual enemies to lovers, like in fantasy books. So this is more of just a, like it says on the cover, I think, a grumpy boss romantic comedy. That's literally what it says on the cover. And I can agree with that. So I am vibing with it. I'm liking it so far. And like I said, it was on Kindle Unlimited. So then I picked up some more of Half a Soul, and I am 109 pages in, and I am utterly obsessed with this book. I'm loving it. Loving it. I love the main characters. I love, like I said, the premise of the story. It's just like moving along really well. And you're just learning a lot about the main guy in the book, Elias. You're just learning a lot about his character. And even though he like puts on this like really rough facade, like he has this heart learn through Dora's eyes, like, that he's actually like a pretty decent person, even though, you know, he just seems kind of like a butt face, just like that. You can see I have a trend here with books I like to read. I'm like a enemies to lover, grumpy sunshine girly. I love anything where there's just like that tension, that banter, and I love slow burns. Like, nothing annoys me more than insult. You can just tell that Dora, because she only has half a soul, she's just vibing with everything. But anyway, so I'm really liking both books so far, and I do think that By a Thread is a slow burn. Like I said, it's like 600 pages, so if it's not a slow burn, I'm gonna be sad, because as soon as the characters like get together, I don't care anymore. Which is like rude, but it is what it is. We also did not go to the baseball game. The air quality in Connecticut right now is not great, because we're getting a lot of the smoke from the wildfires, and so we just didn't want to like sit outside and, you know, have to be breathing that in. And so all my thoughts go to people in Canada that I'm sure their air quality is much worse than mine. But yeah, so we did not end up going to the baseball game. We'll touch base with you guys probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is my cat's birthday. Winnie is turning 3, and I'm very excited. So I will chat with you guys tomorrow, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you all later. Hey guys, so we have a little close-up happening here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So I am reading By a Thread by Lucy Score and you guys, I'm actually obsessed. Tell me how I'm on page 209, and I literally just started this book yesterday. In my last clip, you guys will see that I was on page 50, so I've literally read 209 pages in 2 days. Less than 2 days. It's like craziness, but I am like obsessed with the characters. I remember at first I was saying that like I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like their connection, but I love their banter together, and just the grumpiness of Dom, and then Allie, who's just like, I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and I know it, so I don't need you. So I absolutely love that, and I love them. And I've also read another chapter of Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, and I'm still absolutely loving that. I'm trying to take my time with it because it's a shorter book. It's like less than 300 pages, and so I'm trying not to like speed read through it. But this romance here is literally almost 600 pages. So I'm like only 37% of the way through on page 209. It's like, I don't know, it's like weird. Like I feel like they're already starting to kind of like get to that point where they're both like on edge, you know what I'm saying? Like, but so it's like, what more can like really happen in what, like 300 pages? Like I feel like that's a lot for a rom-com, but this is like the longest romance book that I've ever read, so I'm interested to see how it all plays out, and I will keep you guys posted along the way. But I just wanted to give a quick update, let you guys know that I am like flying through this book, and I am really loving it. I even love like the side characters like Linus and her friends like Gola and Ruth. Love them. And I also love his mom, Delisandra. She's amazing. Anyways, I'm really enjoying the storyline behind the romance. Like Allie is going through a bunch of family things, and it's just, they both kind of are. Like Dom is also going through some family stuff that also has to do with the business that he works at, you know, with his mom. And so I think that it's really interesting that they both have these aspects outside of themselves, that like Dom is trying so hard to like not be like someone, and Allie is trying so hard to like hold herself together to try and do everything for someone. So I just think that it's like super interesting, like that they both have these things going on that like obviously they don't talk about because they really don't like know each other yet. And so I'm sure like all that stuff will come up at some point for both of them in this lengthy book. But yeah, I am really liking the story behind it, and I think that it really molds them into who they are and like why they're making the decisions that they're making, and so it makes it make sense. Like this is why I love getting dual POV, because like you understand why Dom is like making the decisions that he's making, and they make sense. So it's just really interesting to like read about that. Keep you guys posted. But yeah. Hey guys, so I want to just film a quick wrap up for this vlog. It is the end of the week and I finished a couple of books. So I finished Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. I don't need to talk anymore about how much I loved this book because I already did. So I'm going to say it anyways. Love this book. Love the series. Please read this. So after I picked this up, I picked up Half a Soul. Well, actually, it was while I was reading that. Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I gave this a 4 stars. I just finished this. I love the epilogue. I love just the whole story. I was utterly obsessed from the jump. It was just such a really cute story, and I absolutely adored the main characters. So I would definitely suggest picking this up. It is a 3-book series, but I think that this is the only book that follows Dora and Elias. But still, it was absolutely amazing. Definitely recommend. And then I also just read, there's like a little short story called The Lord Sorcerer, and it's about Elias and Albert, and I absolutely also adored that. It was just really nice to get like how they first became friends and their journey in the war, and I really enjoyed you know, just seeing that from Albert's point of view. It was really an interesting take on things. And then I also picked up By a Thread by Lucy Score. I have not finished this book yet. I am 42% through and I'm loving it so far. I am on page 236 and I've just been like loving the vibe between Dom and Allie. I think they're hilarious, and I just think that Allie's like no craps given attitude is just so funny compared to Dom, who's just like doom and gloom about everything. So I'm definitely enjoying it and having a good time with that. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I absolutely love filming reading vlogs. They're my favorite to film. So please let me know down below if you also enjoy them. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm so happy to have you here. And I hope that you guys stay a while.